kept you waiting, huh? Seriously though, I feel like these intros get slowly less and less subtle to the main topic. I mean, last episode I said hit that intro, so I think it's a good indicator to my tryhardiness. Hello, you lovely friends of the internet. As many of you know, this happened recently. Now, if most of you actually pay attention to my Twitter account, I love the frick out of the Metal Gear Solid series. The story and gameplay from them are among the most immersive and challenging games I've ever played, and they easily hit number 1 on my all-time favorite games list. See, I've started playing Metal Gear around the beginning of Metal Gear Solid 3, and before then, all I've ever played were first-person or third-person shooters like Halo or Tomb Raider, or platformers like Mario or Sonic. I was pretty much a basic gamer. Until one day I'd picked out Metal Gear Solid 3 on a whim when my mom took me to GameStop. I'm not gonna lie, it freaked me out when I first played it because it deviated from what I knew at the time. All the games I've ever played had you in a position of the chosen one, or badass to put things in perspective. The games I mentioned before either features a super soldier meant to take down an entire army with the help of an AI. No, not them! There we go. Or a rich person fighting lost artifacts and ruins that turn things supernatural last minute to help keep the plot interesting during a climax. Oh, haha, whatever. Or a super fast, carefree guy who always saves the day. Ah, damn it, get it right! Point is, whereas in these games they put you in the shoes of people who have it made or established heroes, so to speak, Metal Gear Solid, however, puts you in the shoes of a man who has nothing but his training and experiences to guide him through the mission. He literally starts the game with nothing but cigs or cigars, depending on which snake you're talking about. When I started the game up and that's all I had, I freaked and quit the game for about a week until I gathered the courage to try it out. When I started over, I got chills, an adrenaline I've never felt before, and all just by hiding from an enemy, not even attacking them. This game was able to make you feel what most aren't, and that was the need for survival. For those of you who don't know, Metal Gear Solid is a stealth game where if, get this, you feel like the best course of action is to leave the enemy alone, then guess what you can do? You can actually progress while doing that. Even in its earlier concept, Mr. Kojima wanted a game where you can choose how to engage the enemy, whether it's full-on action hero or stealth. But given the limitations of the old consoles, like the MSX or the NES, the game was made to avoid enemies so the system could, at the time, handle that, thus creating one of the first stealth games. The series follows Solid Snake, Raiden, or Big Boss, as they infiltrate a military base taken over by an enemy to stop them from nuking up the good old US with Metal Gear. And as ridiculous as that sounds, the games were good at taking ridiculous sounding plots and made them work. In turn, the games didn't take themselves too seriously, letting out moments like these and not breaking the momentum or flow of the game.
We've managed to avoid drowning.
It's just ridiculous, wholehearted fun. Along with the in-game story, the game also teaches us a multitude of lessons with the characters themselves through their personalities, examples being Solid Snake's refusal to be called a hero because in the end, he's just another murderer, or Otacon knowing he can't run from his past mistakes, so he'll help right the wrong he's done, or Big Boss
being like some super person because they took him into a facility and now he wants to destroy the AI known as Washington. No, I'm just putting fire here because I have to fast forward this bit and pretend the same spoilers, so fuck off.
Whoa, that was a close one. All in all, it's a game with rich experience for a lot of people. Totes plenty of variety, my dudes. However, with that said, there can be a few drawbacks. Like I said, it's a pretty story-heavy game, and that could be a little overbearing when it comes to players who want to get started in the series, as you must start from Metal Gear Solid 1, you know, to get a good idea what's going on. And for the story to be actually like the most coherent that it can be, you gotta start from the very beginning. Yep, that's right. You gotta read the storyboards, the concept storyboards. You gotta read that scrapped brainstorms I did. I'm kidding, but the only way that would actually ever help is if we check Konami's recycle bin for the rest of Metal Gear Solid 5. But for real though, for someone who'd want a very clear story, they'd have to play Metal Gear 1 and 2. Not only that, but if it wasn't enough, the game constantly inserts cutscenes or codec moments, if you will. Alright everybody, it's a wrap. I'll end this on the high note. Criminy, I'm probably like the last YouTuber to do that joke. I feel like if I just steal enough YouTube jokes, somebody will mistake me for another YouTuber eventually. Just waiting on that. Hey, I'll take what I can get. Back on topic, Metal Gear Solid is hella story based, so it can take away from the experience if you came for just the gameplay only. Now for the real reason I made this video. I was really putting off talking about this. But from this trailer, what I've gathered is that Konami is making a new game in its broken, tattered state while using the name Metal Gear to jumpstart the news of an otherwise what could have been a probably forgotten game after trailer reveal. You know, like that one zombie game from E3 with the bikers. You'd definitely remember it if it were called something like Jet Set Days Gone, because it's a very big deviation. Okay, but can I like stop right there for a sec? I mean, it's been like what, 14 years. Where the shit's the new Jet Set game? I miss gum, yo. Feeling down. I need a tea break. What Survive is doing is basically shoehorning a game with a well-established name just to stir attention for it. And not to mention the main character is a literal random soldier. So the need for him to go back home, as the trailer would have it, makes no literal sense, and his addition to Mother Base would honestly make no difference whatsoever to the overall war Diamond Dogs are fighting. But like the saying goes, there's no such thing as a bad idea, because if you shout that bad idea loud enough with the right words, then surely enough people will come flocking to correct it, or observe to see if it'll work out. And, well, it worked. I mean, even I got to making a video about it finally. Now, for all the dip I'm spewing, let's step back for a bit. At least they had the decency to use a new character and a new world. Even though it's pretty dang hard to miss the giant freaking wormhole in the freaking sky. I mean, seriously, is anybody see? I need more tea! I'm just saying, it's pretty hard to miss a giant wormhole in the sky when you're in a helicopter. So we know it's taking place in an alternate dimension. It'd be pretty interesting to see the main characters in a different light, especially since this light is a zombie dystopian. So other than all the obvious plot holes and very drastic directions that this game has taken, would I say this game is gonna suck? Well, no, not gonna say that. What I will say, however, is that the game will definitely make much more sense if we cut Metal Gear out of the equation. If we take all the problems I've had with it, Kaz and Big Boss would have definitely seen the wormhole taking their men. Zombie invasion is so out of left field, it makes no sense for the Metal Gear Solid characters to deal with that. And the main character is literally a nobody. See, now if we just remove all the unnecessary Metal Gear stuff, we have a story of a man who one day gets sucked into a wormhole and is in this alternate world, and he has to find a way back home. You know, as anime as that sounds, I'd definitely be more excited to pick that game up than what it currently is. Not because it's a zombie game, but because it feels like a story that has potential. But it's like Konami to have squandered what could have been a very nice, refreshing comeback. I'll leave you guys with that. Enough of me rambling. Tell me your thoughts on Survive. I like to hear other thoughts on it, like what turned you off about it, or what made you interested in it. I can't have been the only one who got kinda tilted about that. Although, to be fair, we all saw it coming already. Also, before I go, while making this video, Hideo Kojima made a tweet the other day, and I think it perfectly sums up our feelings towards Konami right now. I thought it was pretty cheeky of him, so I decided to make my own. Amateur memes out of the way, see ya in the comment section below. Till next time, laters.